Welcome back to more Pokemon Sword. Uh, Last time we played, we got a Hatchram. We named it Mordor. We got the full girl squad right now. Um, so they be rocking it. Um, we have Mordor because of the absolute tragedy we faced last time. It wasn't good. It wasn't good at all, actually. It was very bad. But I thought about it, right? So we gotta go to the Gather Mine 2, right? For our other encounter. We're gonna go ahead and do that. Never mind, I'm just a dirty, filthy liar. We gotta get our encounter there. I'm hoping for not a rock type. Um, because we already have our rock type, we're good on that. We really need type diversity. Hatchram is going to be great because Hatchram becomes Psychic Fairy, and we kind of lost our Psychic type with Neuron, sadly. But last time, last time we lost everyone. So that kind of sucked. But new beginnings, right? That's what this is all going to be about. So we're going to go here because we went to Gather Mine number 1. You know, that's where we battled Bede the first time. Ooh, I almost stepped on that. And so we are going to go back to our routes. Cream, why are you so sad? If I lose Cream, I'm probably gonna cry. Cream is... Okay, Mordor, I got you. I got you. Okay, we're gonna play with Hatchram. We gotta get Hatchram's friendship up. And when we get friendship up, and we make more... Curry, that's what it is, Curry. Literally the whole Nuzlocke challenge, the Curry Pokemon. In doing this, we will get our friendship up and the social ability up. Because we need to get it up quite a bit before we have another encounter here. But just in case her social ability marks meet the notes, we might be able to get another teammate a little bit before expected. But I mean, today it's just gathering buddies, right? That's what we're doing today. We're just gathering our team. If we get any further, I'll be impressed. Because I know right now we have to battle Hawk, right? That's the next story mission, or next beat in the story is we gotta battle Hop at the pool. And we will do that. If we can get Care Blast to get a win against Hop, that means, oh my god, I'm so sorry! If we can get a win against Hop with, Shank there, we can evolve Shank, which would be really good. Because that steel typing would help out significantly. Only having one weakness to fire would be great. Although, not a great weakness to have, seeing how 2 of Leon's Pokemon are going to be fire. And the thing about that, right? So I thought about it. I actually thought about it today before I started streaming because I was trying to figure out the best way to go about Route 8 for a Mon on our team. And ice types would probably be the worst typing to have on our team because I'm thinking about Leon's team, right? Leon has two fire types. Has Aegislash, which is a steel type, which is also super effective on ice types and steel resist ice. And then there is Mr. Rhyme. He has a Mr. Rhyme, which also resists ice. So he has 4 Mons that are already resistant to ice, and then 3 of them are super effective. I also know he has a Dragapult, which, yes, that's the only thing our ice type Mon would be good on. But I forget what his last Mon is. I know it's Mr. Rhyme, whatever starter you didn't choose, which in this case would be Cinderace. Charizard, Mr. Rhyme, Aegislash. I just don't know what the last one is. Dragapult. God, what is his last Mon? I don't know. And there's no point in metagaming. What I'm trying to say is we are not getting an ice type on our team. It would just be a very, very poor decision on our part. So, when we go to do our Route 8 encounter, which will be after this Galar Mine encounter, we're going to do the early part, which has like Phalanx and Girder. It has all of them, right? And it will be interesting to see what we get from there, because we could get another fighting type, which would suck. I'm not too keen on getting another fighting type, because, well, honestly, it wouldn't be so bad now, because we did have, like, a major flying type weakness. All those Mons, besides Shank, are gone, so I don't really have to worry about flying types anymore, which means we can go ahead and get a fighting type. That would be good type diversity, type coverage, all that. Oh, look at that happy face. That's cute. Right, get the stick. You see the stick? You like the stick? Go get the stick. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. I went to bed at like midnight last night, and I woke up at like 5:40, 5:45, you know. So I didn't sleep too long. And you know, a nap sounded good, but once I woke up, I have this thing where if I wake up, I can't, it's very hard for me to go back to sleep. Like, I sleep like a log when I sleep, but if I wake up, it's just almost impossible for me to fall back to sleep. So, I'm gonna see about taking a nap later on, you know, catch some more Z's. Probably not gonna happen. Plus, I just got a bunch of stuff I gotta get done today, so we'll see what happens. You know, anytime you go back to an old Pokemon game, I don't know if it's just me, but like, I remember when I first started playing it, and I'm pretty sure everyone does, right? They remember when they first started playing that generation, playing the game, seeing how it felt. But anytime I play an older generation, I think about how many more generations ahead we are now. Because, like, Sword and Shield didn't feel like too long ago, but you think about it, Sword and Shield is almost 6 years ago at this point, which is wild. Um, and we've had 3 games, like 3 big games in Pokemon since then. We've had Legends Arceus, we've had Gen 9, and now we have Legends ZA. Um, and now after Legends ZA, obviously we're going to be getting Gen 10, and then that makes Gen 8 2 generations behind. And, like, I remember, I mean, I've been playing Pokemon since Gen 4, since like 2006. Um, and it's just been amazing seeing how the franchise grows or what each generation does. And I feel like I've talked about this before. But I mean, Pokemon is just such a huge staple in my life, and I'm pretty sure millions and thousands and millions of other people's. And it's just crazy how fast time goes by in Pokemon terms. Because, I mean, I didn't discover this mechanic till after, like, I already beat the game. Like, I didn't understand this mechanic until Scarlet and Violet. And then once I understood this mechanic, I'm like, you know what? It would be cool to go back and try it. And that's why I made this whole Nuzlocke challenge, is because years after this game came out, and after years of playing this game, I never knew that mechanic until years later. And so it's just cool to be like, okay, you know what? Let's see all the little things I missed out on. Because I'll admit, like, I don't get too involved in post-game stuff. Like, I'll play the post-game, right? I'll play the post-game, I'll play the story, I'll play through it. But I never really fully explore every little nook and cranny. Like, I never do the battle towers. I never do, like, the extras, the little side stuff there is. I kind of, after I beat a game, I just kind of battle with the mons that I have, and that's about it. And it's like, there's so much more to do in these games, and I just don't fully, engage myself. Like, Scarlet and Violet, I beat the post game, I beat the DLCs, all of those. But I've just beat the stories. I haven't really done much outside of the story, right? Because in Blueberry Academy, there's the whole, like, you can buy the starters, not buy the starters, but, unlock the starters through Blueberry points. And I have only unlocked, like, 2 areas, right? I still have more starters to unlock. I still have more to catch. I haven't completed the decks for the Blueberry Academy yet. I haven't captured all the roaming legendaries because you talk to the dude and he's like, yeah, this legendary, and it appears. And I've seen several of them. Like, I've been to several of their locations, like the Kubfu and the Articuno. And I have yet to catch Raging Bolt or Gouging Fire, right? Because they're there. I just haven't encountered them yet, or seen their plot line, or or whatever it is you do to see them. Right? I just don't explore the games as much as I should. And I should probably go back to Scarlet and Violet before Gen 10 comes out and do that. I should finish getting all the starters and finish getting all the legendaries and get Raging Bolt and Gouging Fire. And like, because once a new generation comes out, it's very rare that I go back to the old ones. The only reason I've come back to Sword and Shield is for this Nuzlocke challenge. If it wasn't for this Nuzlocke challenge, I would probably rarely, if ever, touch it. Which sucks, right? Because I love every generation. Every generation has something to it that's worth it. Like, yes, Gen 5 is my least favorite, but Gen 5 still has some great mons in it that I enjoy, and, like, some cool characters. Even though I'm not a huge fan of the region or the storyline too much, like, I can still respect it for what it is and what it gave us. It's just relaxing, you know. This is like the most slice of life thing you can possibly do. Just cook food with your mons. Thinking about changing our tent color though, you know, giving it a different flair. It's just the cutest dang thing. Hey, you, get over here. Yeah, there you go. You know, I don't know how long it will take us to get all our buddies. I'm being completely honest. I remember when we first were getting the squad, right? And I'm saying I remember as if it was, you know, eons ago. Like, yeah, it was a couple months ago. Um, like, you know, a lot's happened in the couple months in this game and all the other games I played, you know? And just how taxing it was to just get those first few members. Getting that first full team of 6, my god. But you know what? It's okay. Because we still have 3 members from previous. We're getting 2 more. I mean, we got 1 out of 3, so we're good. It'll be okay. If I yawn one more time, though, I might just rip off my jaw. Not even gonna lie. There is something about yawning that irks me. And I feel like I've said it before, right? Because I know I say things a lot and I repeat myself. And it's just because when you're doing nothing but literally just cooking curry, hoping for the odds, it's like, yeah, I'm probably gonna repeat myself a few times because you run out of stuff to talk about, and then you kind of realize things you talked about before, and it's like, okay, I can either play back those conversations, or I can improve upon them, or not improve upon them, which I feel like is probably the situation for me. You know, I'm probably just making these shopping choices. Oh my god! I'm sorry. I might have to look up, and I know I probably won't, but I might have to look up the easiest caparaja, like cooking ingredients or cooking recipe. That way we can just make the most basic caparaja quality we can. That way we get social ability points faster, and there's an increased chance of finding a mon that just wants to join us. Now I will say, the beating that Gordy gave us, it does make me nervous about making it to Leon and not winning, right? Because that's the big thing. If, why? Oh my god. I understand I'm tired, but this is ridiculous that I can't go 2 minutes without yawning. But right, like I think how this playthrough's gonna go, that's cute. Is we're gonna make it as far as we can, and granted, right, the objective is we win. The objective is this succeeds. But I think I have accepted the fact that if we fail this Nuzlocke, I probably will not be giving it another try just because of how time consuming it is, right? Because this is a fun little thing. And if you have, like, if you just want to do it casually, I don't think that's a problem, right? Because casually, yes, you build up social ability and friendship with your mons over time, right? But when you are, like, solely focusing on it, you realize just how long it takes and how time-consuming and mind-numbing it is. So, I'm still good with doing this Nuzlocke. It's just, I don't want to have to go back through it if we do fail. And I'm not praying for our downfall, because we put in so much effort, there's nothing more I want to do than to succeed. Right? That's the thing. We've dedicated all this time into training, capturing, all of that. It would suck to lose. But if the situation does pop up, I think I'll just have to admit defeat. Because I don't think I'm strong enough to go through this again. And don't you just love the chiming of that bell? Isn't it the most amazing noise? And I've talked about that before, just how lovely that bell is. But I mean, really, why? Why put the bell on? If you knew this, like you had to do this to build a friendship with your mom, why would they do it? Why would they make it purposefully that annoying and make it so difficult? Right? Because the thing is, it's also difficult to max out the friendship. It takes a while. Yeah, because why not? We just all gotta keep yawning. There will be probably moments through this where I just don't talk as much. Because I know that there's just, we're gonna be here a while. And you know what? Me talking every second of it might not be the best thing, you know? Maybe we need some peace and quiet through it all. Just put it on in the background, you know? And then you'll hear me flip out once we get them on. Because getting them on this way is such a relief. Like, such a sigh of relief. There we go. That's the expression. When we get them on this way, it's such a sigh of relief when it happens. Because so much time goes into it. So, you know what? I'm gonna just be dead silent, just deadpan staring to the camera. And then once we get them on, I'll just scream at the top of my lungs. That's not what is actually gonna happen. But I mean, it's not too far off either. And here I go yawning again, because I can't beat the yawning! I've said why I hate yawning before, and I might as well just state it again. like I have no control over it, and that irks me that I don't have control over something that's happening with my body. Because it's my body. It's like I don't want to yawn, yet my body's telling me, no, you're gonna yawn. Like, stop it. No, I'm not. You're being rude. It started to snow. It snowed the other day, right? It snowed the other day. Wasn't supposed to. Our forecast, our weatherman, they're like, oh, it's supposed to rain. It was so cold the rain turned to snow. And it wasn't sleeting. No, no, no. We got sleeting a couple days before the snow. But it was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday it was genuinely snowing. Like light, fluffy, white snow. And it was hitting the ground super cold. And I'll I'll very easily can agree that when snow first falls, it's beautiful. It's gorgeous to see, bright white. It feels, fun and lighthearted. Once it's on the ground for like 24 hours, it becomes disgusting. It usually gets turned to slush, it becomes brown, it loses that nice coloring, and also just gets too cold to bear with. So snow's good when it falls. That's it. Once it's on the ground, it's horrible. This is horrendous. The longer I do this, the more I'm like, how much longer can I actually do this for? We might just go into the Elite Four without a full team. We might just go with like 5 mods or something, No, we won't do that. We will do a full 6 because that would be the smartest thing to do. But I mean, I still think we have like another 20 to 30 minutes before we're even able to get our encounter. And I don't want to be accurate on that, right? I want to walk away from this pot and there be a mon. But I know that's not going to be the situation. Yeah. Okay. Managed to snag her exactly. Did any of y'all ever see like Hatcham in the anime? Uh, it was specifically during what it means to be a Pokemon master. Like Ash's final 11 episodes. Which, my god, it's sad every time I think back on it. But it's also happy. It's happy and sad that Ash's journey is done and that we're past it. But in his final 11 episodes, right? Like, he meets up with Silent again, and they meet the Hatcham in the wild. And the Pokedex is just like, yeah, if it feels emotion, it will brutally attack you. And like the Hatcham's just windmilling towards them. Amazing. I just thought I'd bring that up, seeing how we have one, because it moves. And anytime it kind of hops towards us, I'm like, that's not how Hatcham moves. The anime taught me different. This thing is brutal. Because the thing is, why are they fighting? The thing is, Seeing how we are making curry and we have a good reaction to the curry existing, we should technically, or Hatcham should technically, Mordor should technically, be absolutely pummeling us for enjoying the curry. Like, I think it would be funny if in that eating animation, if with Hatcham specifically, they just had Hatcham reach over and just punch your character for like an exclusive Pokemon interaction. I know they wouldn't, but I'm just saying that would be funny. Now time to make our Milcery quality curry again. Which, speaking of curry, right? Legends EA is really Galar heavy, right? Like, you have several Galar only, like, exclusive mons. You know, you get the Stunfisk, you get the Slowpoke. Jacinthe, she mentions how Leon was at the her tournament or her events. Tawny is constantly making curry and croissant like meals because it's like Galar inspired, and it's like okay, they're really pressing Gen 8 here. Understood. Like, other regions don't get represented, you know? I mean, the only Gen 9 representation we've gotten so far is the footage or like the small snippets of Mega Bax Caliber they've given us. Which is cool that they are giving Gen 9 a Mega. Hopefully they give more Gen 9 Megas. But it's like no Alola mentioned or anything like that. It's purely just Galar. And maybe that's because Alola already gets like a lot of notice or something, because like Alola started the whole, you know, regional variants. It got some mention in Arceus. It got some mention in Sword and Shield, so I guess I understand that, you know, they're no longer talking about Alola, and they're like, yeah, how about these previous generations, you know? Listen to the chiming of the bells. See, if you could throw the ball like 2 or 3 times, I'd probably do the ball. But I know that's not how many times you gotta throw the ball, right? You gotta get the same amount of goes with the ball as you do with this. And so this is just overall faster. How many hearts are you at? 3? You're telling me I got 2 more hearts to go with you? You're being that picky? What, bread? You can't go wrong with bread. Bread is so good. I really want to get into like making my own bread. Like rye bread, sourdough. normal loaves, you know? I think it would be fun. I just suck at baking. Cooking? Oh, cooking I got on lock, but baking? Nah. Speaking of cooking and baking, right? It's been like a week since Thanksgiving, you know? We still have like a whole half ham in our dang fridge. We still got so much ham left over and some stuffing. But just trying to figure out how to whittle down the ham and make sure like it doesn't go to waste, right? Because I hate food going to waste. It's one of my biggest pet peeves. It's like, okay, how can I make sure this is eaten fast enough to where it's like safely able to be eaten without getting like any bacteria? How can I make sure it's not wasted or added to a dish so it's consumed in some way? And it's just like getting a whole ham to be consumed by 2 people is a lot. Okay, we're just gonna let Dusty sleep it off. You know, it's interesting to think about how if we didn't let Dusty evolve for that last battle, right? If we chose to evolve like Hazelnut instead of Dusty, would the results have been close to the same? Would they have been better? Would it have been worse? Because legit, the only reason our run did not end was because Dusty toughed it out for us, which is phenomenal and amazing, and we gotta give it up to Dusty. But like, also, if Dusty wasn't evolved, Dusty would also be weaker. And then, like, Dusty still could have toughed it out, right? Dusty still could have toughed it out, survived on the 1 HP. But, would Dusty have been as fast with the steam engine, or would Dusty have hit as hard? I don't think so. Like, definitely not hit as hard. The speed I'm not too sure about. Right, the defenses wouldn't have been as good. The attack stats would not have been as good. Oh my god. And I can tell I'm getting worn out, right? Because I'm starting to ramble. And when I can ramble, right? And have it make sense. What happens is when I ramble and I forget what I rambled about, right? Because I'm already trying to think of what I just talked about. It's out my mind. It has left the station. And so it's like, oh, what do I talk about next? Hopefully I'm not covering something I already covered today. Because I'll definitely loop back to conversations I've already had in later episodes or something. And you know what? We might just have to call it after getting this Mon today, right? We might just have to call it after getting this 1 Mon. Because, I mean... yes, I know it's a lot for me. But I know it's also probably a lot for whoever's watching, right? This is just such a taxing process all around. And I'm hoping... Because the cool thing about doing this, I missed that. I messed that up completely. I saw it. I was looking at it. My thumb and my brain to my thumb was not processing that I should probably hit the button. Yeah, that is not Milcery quality. Son of good. It's fine. Hatchim's just gonna absolutely body us for not being amazing. See, I like seeing this because this means that the social ability's going up, right? If they're interacting and having a good time, the social ability's going up. I just needed to go up even further. Shank, you go do your own thing. Oh my god, the trot is so adorable. And it's just this. It's just this non-stop. I gotta do this with this little feather toy. I gotta do it with the fire. I mean... Hope you all are doing okay today, though, you know? I keep hitting the wrong button. My bad. Wait! Wait, what are you doing? Did I already max out the... Was she done with it? No, she wasn't. I just messed it up somehow. What did I do to mess it up? Were they not both? I'm not even paying attention. My mind is so checked out right now. I'm just trying to get that 5 out of 5 friendship, and we're trying to get that Currymon, and then we can call it good. We can call it A-okay. We also got equipped her badge, so we know that she's a curry connoisseur, you know? Be done playing with the toy, for crying out loud. Oh my god. And we still gotta do that again, right? Because we're at 4 hearts. They can max out at 5. Oh. It just gets so taxing. Sausages? You know what? Yeah, let's try something else. Let's do some sausages. Yeah. You know, I go to say something and my mind just completely loses thought on what it is. So, you know what? I'm gonna just shut up while we do this. Enjoy the curry making. Top quality, by the way. I would have loved to try to do this with, like, friends, right? Because that's really the only... You can get Charizard quality on your own. It's just next to impossible. But I just never had the friends who played this game or enough friends who did, right? Like, I think I've talked about it, because of course I have, because I'm out of things to talk about and out of original content to mention. But I had a buddy where him and I would, every year, or not every year, but every time a new Pokemon game comes out, him and I would buy the double pack and split it. We did it with Sword and Shield. We did it with Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. And we were going to do it with Scarlet and Violet. It was just something we did. So he was like the only other person I knew who actually played the games. Get over here. We gotta build our friendship. You gotta like me more. If we have any chance of winning this. There we go. We don't have to do it anymore. We can just start cooking now. We can just start cooking now. I am not doing that any longer than I have to. Oh my god! Ah! I think why I'm playing so many... Right, because I contemplated playing this today because of this reason. And I'm doing 2 main games right now, right? I'm doing 2 main playthroughs. Because I think I've talked about the style of really how I do the channel, right? We have like a couple main games, and then besides the main games, we have a couple side games we play to just have variety on the channel throughout the day. And, in both my main games right now, in this one and in Xenoblade Chronicles, I'm at a point where I'm just grinding right now, and it is the most aggravating thing, because I just want to make progress. But I'm at a point in both of them right now where I can't. And so it's like I've just been focusing heavily on the side games without meaning to, because like I've been able to progress in them in some way or another. Go play. Get out of here. Thank you, Shane. Completely forgot. I just got in the habit. I was about to just start winging that toy. That'll do it. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. Now, this might be... I might try Joy-Cons just for the fun of it, right? I might try Joy-Cons and see if just whipping it would be easier. But I have so many games to get through right now, and I know that just came out of nowhere. I have so many games that I own that I have yet to beat, because I want to get Kirby Air Riders and stream that, and I want to get the new Metroid Prime 4, because I've been waiting for that to come out, just like everyone has for 8 years now. And I was super excited when it came out, and I'm like, ooh, I'll stream that too. But I just have so many games to get through, and it's like, the games aren't going anywhere. I can buy them at any point, and I'll get through them. Although I did pre-order Kirby Air Riders, and I just haven't gone and picked up my copy. So that one you might see streamed pretty soon here. But Metroid Prime 4, I'm probably going to be putting a halt on until I beat more games. right? Because I also have. Oh, I'm so sorry. Luna's laying beside me right now. She snoozed off, and I kind of just bumped into her. Stop calling over Hatcher. Stop doing it, me. But I'm probably going to hold off on Metroid Prime 4 until I beat more of my main games. Like, we got to get through Xenoblade, because I know I still probably have, like, 50 to 60 hours of, like, the main story to get through, which is wild to think about. Because, yes, there's a bunch of post-game stuff. A bunch. There's so much side stuff to do, right? But I'm only focusing on the story, right? That's going to be where my experience comes from for the first time playing through. That's the experience I want to give you guys, is just focusing on the story. Because I just got more games I want to play. Like, I think I just said, I'm not sure if I said it or not, but I got the first 2 Pikmins to play through. I played through 4 when it came out. Pikmin 4 is a legendary, amazing, phenomenal game. Like, it's so good. The only thing that sucks is that I wish it was a bit longer, but it's so good. So I gotta play through the first 2. I gotta play through the third one, which I want to do on the channel. I got a bunch of games that I'm not streaming that I just have yet to beat. Legends EA I have yet to beat, yet everyone else and their mother has beaten that game now. And I'm very behind on that. But that's fine, because again, I take my time with the games. There we go. Like, for example, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon DX, when that came out, I pre-ordered that back when that came out. And while, yes, it's just a reskin and, like, it's a much prettier version of, like, Rescue Red and all that. I have yet to beat it. I got to Diamond rank, or, like, I got to Diamond or Platinum rank before I really progressed in the game, right? Like, I just wanted to grind out my ranks and become a super high rank and just become super overpowered, which we did. Or which is what I did in the game. And I think I'm about halfway through the story, and I've yet to beat it. Just because I keep getting distracted with a bunch of other games and a bunch of other things, and it's like, okay, if I were to just sit down and play it for like 10 to 12 more hours, I'm pretty sure I'd beat the game. And then if I wanted to play post-game or anything, I can do that, but at least I'd be done with the main story. Right? The thing with having so many games is that I just want to beat the main story. I have yet to beat Sonic Frontiers, which is such a good game. Sonic Frontiers is so good. I'm on, like, the 3rd world right now, right? And I have yet to really do anything with it. And I thought about streaming it, right? Like, I thought about starting over and streaming it. But there's there's all those, like, speed challenge levels. And there's one. No. Start cooking. I'm sorry. There's one where you have to be so precise with your time. It took me, I'm pretty sure, like 3 or 4 hours to beat the one level. I think it was like 1.5 or something. I remember looking it up because I just couldn't figure out how to get the top time or get S rank on it. And I had to look up a tutorial, and there was like a whole Reddit thread on the one level on that Sonic Frontiers. And it's like, why is it so difficult? Like, because all the other levels are so easy to get, like, S rank on, right? They're so easy to get S rank on. But that one level in the first map, in the first world, is so unbelievably complicated. It almost made me rage quit the whole game. But I'm like, no. I can do this. I can do this. Sonic's all about speed. It's all about the best time. It's kind of par for the course. And I eventually beat it. And ever since then, every S rank on every other speed course has been just fine. It was just that one. And I haven't touched Sonic Frontiers, I think, in like 2 years or so. And it's like, I really need to get back to it, because it was a really fun game, and I need to beat it. That's just why I'm happy, like, I've beaten the games I have, right? Because since streaming, we've beaten 4 games. And even if they're small indie games, they're games that I bought that I wanted to play through. And it's not something that I have to worry about being on my list anymore, being like, okay, I have to get around to beating this. Like, no. We have beat Metroid Dread, which I'm so happy that we beat that. Not only was it a good game, again, it's just really nice to get a game like that off my list. We beat Exception, we beat Flaming the Flood, and we beat Thumper. And all those games, like, were on my console for years. I bought them years ago, and I had yet to beat them. And I just, like, got caught up in so many of my other main games, I just never had time to beat those ones. And so, saying I'm able to beat them and being able to close the chapter on those books feels really nice. And so, I have honestly thought about just starting up my Pikmin playthroughs, just so I can beat those games, but also so I can give you guys the experience of them, and so I can mark them off my list, right? Because there are some games that I'm going to play solo, just because, like, I want to have that authentic experience for myself, or I want to take my time with it so it won't be that interesting to watch. Kind of what I'm doing with Legends EA. The only part of it I'm recording is the Rogue Megas, because it takes me so long in between the Rogue Megas, just walking around the city, doing everything else, leveling up my Mons, taking my time with the other story elements, that it just wouldn't be fun to watch. So I only record the Rogue Megas, because even though I still get super distracted with those, I still get to it faster than I do everything else. There's so many curries. Also, what sucks, right? Yeah, I know, I went silent and then I'm just starting back up. What also sucks is not only do I have like a bunch of games that I want to play through and need to get through and all of that, right? There's also other stuff, like besides games, that I need to do and get through, like shows, right? It's very hard for me to multitask. Like, I'll usually have multiple things on just because I don't mind. But the thing is, if I have multiple things on, I'll get distracted by one of them and just focus on one of them, right? So I have, like, a bunch of anime or, like, TV shows that I need to watch and get through. And it's like, I need to get through those, but those take away from gaming time, but gaming time takes away from the shows. And I have a bunch of like mangas and comic books to read, or just books in general to read, right? And it's like, to get through those, I need to dedicate time, but everything else, right? Time management is the most diabolical thing to try to do. It is unbelievably difficult to just try to keep on top of everything, and I know it can always be worse, right? It can always be a worse situation. But, like, I suck with time management. I do. Because, like, I also know that, like, I got stuff around the house to do. You know, I gotta do the dishes, the laundry. I gotta mop the floors, vacuum, like, do the bed, take care of the animals, right? And it's like, how do I most efficiently use my time, right? Because that's always been the thing in my mind, is how do I most efficiently use my time? And then I start to try to think about, like, okay, if I dedicate time to this, right? And I also have D&D, right? Like, I'm a DM for a Pokemon campaign. And so it's like, I also gotta try to dedicate time to that, to, like, everybody who's involved with the campaign, and I gotta constantly write stuff out for it, and add to the story, or, like, plan what's gonna be happening next. And so I'm like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. Because at one point, I did try to manage it. I tried to be like, okay, I'm dedicating this much time every day to this, to this, to this. I'm dedicating this many hours per week towards this and that. And it's just like, the more I try to time manage, or like, you know, try to get down to a science how to manage my time, the worse it got. Because it's like, I would start to stress about how much time I am spending on it instead of just doing it. So I've just kind of tried to get to a point where it's like, you know what? Just, I kind of go with the vibes of what I want to do. It's like, okay, am I feeling a show? Am I feeling a game? Am I feeling a book? Am I feeling the campaign? Am I feeling... Right? Because the one thing I kind of prioritize above all else, besides trying to stream and make sure I'm consistent with that, right? Because, like, if I am going to be making content, I need to make sure more than anything that I'm consistent with that I'm putting stuff out, that I can find a way to improve upon myself, right? Because I'm constantly trying to find ways to improve, or to have conversations, or be entertaining. So besides that, like, my priority is obviously my wife and our pets. That's the top priority, is my wife. But besides my wife and streaming, it's the house. I gotta try to keep the house clean. And so that's not something that I try to be like, oh, time management. Nah, that's just something I'm getting done regardless. So it's like, okay, after all my other priorities are done, how do I just disperse my time? Because I won't lie, I do waste a lot of time doom scrolling. There will be times where I'm actually able to just like play a game, or read a book, or focus on something else, right? But there are times where I just pop open TikTok and I just scroll for like 30 minutes or like a couple hours, and it's like, okay, that's time I could have been spent doing something else. So there was a time it was like a good like 5 or 6 months where I just stopped using TikTok. I would log on for maybe like 2 to 5 minutes a day, or every other day, if that, just to watch a couple videos, and then I'd be like, okay, that's good. I got like a couple 10-second videos, I'm good. And then for some reason I just hopped back on, and it just became an addiction again. And TikTok's dangerous. It just sucks you in with its short form content. And honestly, I don't mind YouTube Shorts too much, right? YouTube Shorts can also drag me in for quite some time. It's like, oh my god, I've wasted so much time watching these. Um, and so I've just thought about like possibly on installing like TikTok or the apps or something, so they stop just grabbing my attention the way they do. But at the same time, I just need to learn to put the phone down, focus on something else. Anyway, these are boring conversations. I know, but I know it would also probably just absolutely boring if I were to say nothing and we're just watching curry being stirred in a pot. So. Okay, I'm trying to get Dusty here out of the way. Dusty, that's so nice of you, Dusty. Oh, Dusty, you did so good. Okay, because like Dusty was in the way, so I was trying to see if maybe there was a mom behind Dusty. But no, we're good. There's nothing behind Dusty. It's just time to cook again. How many orange berries did Dusty give us? Dusty gave us one orange berry. That's sweet though. It's sweet. I won't diss. I won't diss Dusty for that. The fact that Dusty wanted to give us anything is super sweet. Here we go. You like the tapping? ASMR. These flames are not going up. There we go. Oh, but like, when I was talking about my time management, I want to make it very clear I'm not complaining about what I'm doing, right? Like, I'm very fortunate to be in the position I am, to have the amazing wife I do, to have the amazing life I do, right? I live a very fortunate life. And I'm not taking it for granted or being like, oh, God, just everything sucks. No, I'm just pointing out specifically how awful I am with my time management. That I'm not complaining about anything else going on. I'm just like trying to just. I'm dissing myself, is what I'm trying to say. I'm dissing myself that I'm awful with time management. And I'm trying to like beat the system, I guess, or like try to be like, or try to get it down to a science of how to manage my time better. Oh, you're leaving? Ah. Luna hopped down. I was about to show her off to the camera, but I don't think she's feeling it right now. But you know what I'm feeling? Give him another mon. You know, that would be really nice right now. But it's really just, and it's not wanting to show up. It's really taking its sweet time with us. Bam. got so excited. I mean, seeing Cream is still exciting. Cream is amazing. Cream's adorable. Cream's perfect. And we wouldn't want Cream any other way. Cream has been our rock besides our literal rock, Dusty. It does just suck knowing that all three of the original crew, like Patapim, Neuron, and Hazelnut, I mean, they were the original trio, and they're all gone now. Patapim shouldn't be gone, is the thing. Patapim shouldn't be gone. Patapim should still be with us. But it was such an unfortunate situation that Patapim got caught in. Please. Come on, cross your fingers. Cross them. This will be the one. This is it right here. Right, and I'm not going to start questioning, like, can we even get encounter here? Yes, we can get an encounter here because we can set up our tent. If we can set up our tent in an area, you can get it an encounter. I say that thinking pretty sure that you can set up your tent in town, which you can't get an encounter in town. So, you know, where you would logically set up your tent. There we go. How about that? Although there are some people who set up their tent in town, you know, doing those overnight waiting lines for a release date on something. Which I've never done that and never will. I'm sorry, I will wait till the hype dies down and I can go in on my own time and get something. The only time I've ever done a midnight release, right? I've only ever done a midnight release once, and that was for Legend ZA. And that is something that just, I knew I had to do. That's not something I could wait for. I had to get my copy. Luckily, where I live, the line wasn't that long. My wife and I waited in line for, I think it was like 30 minutes or so. So it wasn't that bad. I just couldn't picture myself waiting in line overnight, like getting a chair set up or a tent set up and like holding my bladder because if you step out of line you lose your spot kind of situation. I couldn't imagine doing any of that. That's just too much. Anytime I just see a Mon, like, right there in the center, oh, I get so excited, and then it quickly sets in for me that, the situation's very different. We might actually have to go buy ingredients soon, it seems like. That seems like the situation we are finding ourselves in right now. Which we can buy more berries, no problem. I don't really think we're struggling on money for like berries or anything. The ingredients add up quick though. The main ingredients add up quite a bit. Okay, fire's looking good. Let's stir this pot. Good. Let's just make everything good. Or we could be like Tony the Tiger and make it great. Awful Tony the Tiger, I know. But listen, my energy's at like half right now. I can't put my whole chest into saying that. Great. Also, I don't have like the tone that he does it in. Yum, yum, yum. I don't know if you're seeing it on the camera, but there's a fly that's just messing with me. It just keeps circling around. And I'm just saying that because it's irking me off, and if you see me start just swatting at there, just know there's a fly. Here we go again. Yay. See, I wonder if with 4 people, you can fan the flames so fast that it ends up burning the food. Like, I don't know if that's a thing or not. But I mean, with 1 person, like, you can get the flames up in just enough time. So I wonder if with 4 people, it just ends up making the flame too voracious. Voracious? I don't even think that's a word. Ferocious. They're voracious. Ferocious. There we go. You're telling me that's not good? Oh, you're telling me I messed up on it? Okay. Okay. Wobbuffet quality ramen is diabolical. I'm just saying if there's anything behind Dusty, although we made Wobbuffet quality, so I highly doubt it. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Okay, so don't mess it up this time. There we go. See, that flame's looking good. Boom! Right on the rim of that light green. I mean, that alone should be copperage quality, you know? That was a quality throw. Oh! It's fine. It's fine. We can do it. We can do it. Physically, we can do it. Mentally, I'm not sure. It gets harder and harder every time. Like, every time we do this and we don't get them on, and one doesn't appear. Like, yes, we would have better odds if we could make copperage quality, but the thing is, we don't have enough berries of their variety to do copperage quality, so I also don't know what would properly make copperage quality, right? Because I would make curries all the time in my normal playthrough, and I would get copperage quality. I just don't know what I did to get that quality. I don't know if you just... I know it's like more rare berries, but I don't know what more rare berries mean. Because, like, I wonder if it means literally all the berries that aren't the orange, peach, or citrus. Because they're just so easy. Because you can buy those ones and the other ones you get from trees. Or like if there's certain rates that some berries drop that make them more rare or something. I don't know. Come on. Come on, here's the open. Fingers crossed right now. Fingers crossed. We got the shuck! Oh no. I mean, we got like the best defensive wall there is, you know? Oh, another female. Oh, we are just running a full girly squad up in here. You know what? That's fine. Um. Oh boy, I don't know what to nickname it. You know. So you know what? We'll come back to the nickname. I will think of a nickname for Shuckle. Because you know what? Oh my god, it moves so slow. Oh, it moves so slow. But I have never used a Shuckle. So honestly, I'm a little bit excited, but also very nervous. Oh god, it's level 20. Oh no! Oh, it's gonna need so much farming. Oh, I'm gonna have to grind with it for so long. Okay. That'll be fine though, because we got another member. It's okay. And honestly, yeah, we do that where we just keep being like friendly with it. Um Calm Mind's good actually. Calm Mind is actually really good. Double battles aren't common. I know we got one with oh no, I forget his name. Oh no, wait. Hold on. But you know who I'm talking about, the Dragon type gym leader, you know? Reinhardt. Yeah, Reinhardt, right? Yeah, I think so. But we do a double battle with him, so heal pulse would be good there. Not good. No, because he has Duraludon. Hits me with a steel type move, I'm cooked. But we might put heal pulse back on because we can switch moves for like nothing, for no cost. There we go. Don't need no dang heart scales. I mean, lovely, amazing, phenomenal. Look, +5 to defense. I mean, you are just an absolute unit. Okay, let's see Shuckle's nature. Tenchi, how are you doing today? Hello. A plus speed nature on Shuckle and minus special attack. You know what? Oh, I'm tired, but I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Okay. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. Okay, so minus special attack nature isn't bad. I'm just happy we don't have a minus like defense or special defense, right? That was my worry, is a negative nature to my defense or special defense. And I'm level 20. I am currently level 20 and my defenses are 100 plus. That is wild. At level 20, look, I know Shuckle has like the best defenses like in the game. I just didn't think they would be that high that early. That is honestly the most diabolical thing I think I've ever seen. Now here's a small issue. We got a second rock type and another bug type. Rock doesn't. Oh my god. Just Leon's team is going to body us. We don't have any good counters for Leon's team right now. Just everything in it. Like one water type, right? Like I don't usually use water types, but in this Nuzlocke specifically, a water type would be so nice. Don't know if it'll happen, but hey, right? Because a water type would go super well into his Charizard and his Cinderace, and we would resist hits from Aegislash's Steel type moves. We would resist Mr. Rhyme's Ice type moves. Like a water type would do so good into Leon's team. But you know what? We will take what we can take. And honestly, hold on. We're actually going to look at something real quick. We're going to save. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Right? Because I'm wanting to look at Shuckle. I know Shuckle's stats with the attack are abysmal, but I also think Shuckle learns guard swap. Or like power swap, which swaps like the defenses and attack stats. Which we could run if we want to be risky. Here, let me go ahead. Let me show you what I'm looking at. Okay. Shuckle. Now, I've always wanted to use a Shuckle. I just know Shuckle is more utility or defense purposes than actually, using for attacking and all of that. 230. Yeah, 230. Okay. Yeah, so a plus speed nature is kind of wild because even with a plus speed nature, we're not going fast. And minus special attack. I mean, it's fine because I actually didn't look at our Shuckle's ability. It's not going to be the hidden ability. I'm pretty sure you have to either breed for that or use an ability capsule to specifically get that. So we either have Sturdy or Gluttony. I'm hoping Gluttony because nothing's knocking us out in one hit. Nothing. You could hit us with the strongest move ever, and unless they were to set up like multiple sword stances or calm minds or nasty plots, they're not knocking us out in one hit. So I'm not too worried about that. But Gluttony would be good. I can pop on a citrus berry, and like they get us to half or something. We're just looking good again. But oh yeah, would be in. No, I'm looking at Gen 8, right? We're looking at Sword and Shield. Withdraw is good to boost our defense even more. Guard split, power split, right? That's what I'm looking for. We could use this to absolutely nerf our opponent, right? Because it averages out from our attack and special attack and their attack and special attack. We could use this to absolutely nerf our opponent. Oh, I think we're going to have to run power split. That would... Oh, we could pull out some shenanigans with Shuckle. That can be Shuckle's nickname, Shenanigans. But yeah, we can give like, I don't know, coverage of some sort. See, having toxic would be amazing. But that's an egg move, sadly. Because if it wasn't an egg move and we could just teach Shuckle toxic, I mean, it could be a stall wall, which would be really cool. Um, we can teach it. It can learn Shell Smash, which is good. Um, we can teach it Iron Defense, which would be huge because Rest, Iron Defense, Guard Split, and then an attack move of some sort. I don't know. We will think of something. We will think we're not running Guard Split because that would just nerf us and make our opponent stronger. With how good our defenses are, I mean that would cripple us. Um, so the thing is, yeah, mostly utility, and we'd have like one attack move. But again, we can figure out how to run Shuckle later on. Maybe we just run rollout, right? Rollout and then utility. Anyway, sorry, I keep getting distracted. I will figure that out later. I just was not expecting us to get Shuckle of Almonds, and you know what? It's gonna be interesting. Because if I need a clean switch, Shuckle's going to be there. Shuckle's going to be the best clean switch ever. So, with that being said, that's actually going to do it for me for today. I got other stuff that I got to go ahead and get done. And I know that I'm a little bit tired, so I'm a little bit yap heavy. So thank you to all who joined me during the stream. Thank you to those of you who watch after. Whenever you see this, I hope you have a great day, great night. Take care of yourself, love yourself, and take it easy.